Today we're checking out the Devil's Bridge, the largest natural sandstone arch in Sedona, Arizona, and also its most popular hike. Maybe even too popular.
This is Magellan,
And this is Greyhound.
where we make videos about epic road trips, kayaking, hiking, and other outdoor adventures.
First pro tip, try to park at or near the Mescal trailhead. We didn't, which meant that despite our super early start, parking at the Devil's Bridge trailhead off of Boynton Road more than doubled our hike. In either case, doing this early is always better, because this is what it will invariably look like the later the day gets. Had we started at Mescal, the hike is 1.2 miles to the Devil's Bridge, and 2.4 miles in total. But the way we took made it 2.8 miles to the Devil's Bridge, and 5.6 miles total. Yikes. Good news was that we enjoy hiking. The hike was not that difficult, and it was beautiful. The bad news will be apparent in a bit. Along the way, you'll see prickly pear cactus, juniper, and many other types of vegetation. Also, what was nice about doing this early was being able to enjoy the comforts of shade, but still see the sun's cast on the mountains in the distance.
Yo, speak for yourself. I was cold in that shade. It was under 30 degrees.
Even though we didn't ride one ourselves, we saw these hot air balloons pretty much every morning we hiked. Given that it had actually snowed at the beginning of our trip, we had to make our way through some of the melt. Zeus, being Zeus, was just happy to be with us. Eventually, we began our final section to the Devil's Bridge. From here, the trail will begin to get slightly steeper, first as a gradual incline, then more pronounced and rockier. You'll soon be heading alongside the Schnebly Hill Formation that the Devil's Bridge is a part of. Almost there, just more difficult sections, steps, rocks, a cool cairn garden, heading more and more upwards. The views weren't so bad either. Even though we knew we were almost there, this spot was such a great photo opportunity. And then, a line of people. Was this the line for the Devil's Bridge? We asked and were met with yes. People were waiting to take photos. If you're cool with just seeing it from here, which some people were, you can turn around. But if you're looking to snag a digital keepsake, now's the time you'll learn how much patience you really have. On a helicopter tour we took later that evening, check out our last video, our pilot told us that he had seen several hundred people here online.
Zeus, waiting to go. Waiting on the line for the Devil's Bridge, huh?
And you'll be like, other people have.
And while we wished we had gotten here earlier via the Mescal trailhead, we still beat out hundreds of people and maybe only had 30 or so people ahead of us. As we waited, I pondered how long of a fall it would be down to the depths below, and whether I actually wanted to do this. Couples, families with kids, people hoisting football flags, and even some brave souls who were crossing over the narrow part of the bridge to sit.
Not only am I not going out on that little section over there, I don't even watch other people do it.
All in all, we had to wait about 45 minutes before it was our turn. And it wasn't so bad since we had each other to talk to, and since, well, these views are kind of spectacular. When it was our turn, Greyhound went first with Zeus. She went right smack on that little sliver of a thing like it was nothing. And sat down, too. Oh, my heart. Well, that's for the history books, that's for sure. What an incredible view. Next, it was my turn. For those wondering, given my fear of heights, I usually don't fully remember the experience, which is why it's very important to capture, to watch later. Turn the camera on when able and just move like a zombie.
You got it, buddy. You did it. Okay, he's not going over there. Woo! He did it. Wow.
And that's the hike to the Devil's Bridge. Despite going during the week, going very early, and being below freezing when we started, Sedona is a hiking destination, and you're just going to have to deal with the fact that all kinds of people are motivated to see this stuff too, even if they have to hike a bit to get to it. Have you hiked to the Devil's Bridge? Let us know in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you on the trails or in the water.